Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Akasha Goes with Sabrina Dawn. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful weekend. So this morning, thinking about doing this reading, I've been a bit struggling with the energy. I felt kind of like a heaviness. I felt like a heaviness on my throat, on my crown chakra, a bit here. And I was trying to understand if this is like something that I'm working through or is this part of the video. And while I do have some stuff that I'm working through, I felt like this was mainly to do with the reading that was wanting to come through. So I did pick a deck that is about not about embracing, but it kind of brings some awareness to the shadow side or the dark side. It's actually called Dark Mirror oracle cards. So the cards are a little dark. Not all the cards are that I picked, but this one is to help us bring out what's been going on. And when I went to go pick the Ted Andrews animal runes, the coyote came out balanced, but it was actually upside down. And so, think about, like, are you feeling unbalanced? Are you feeling really like top heavy? Maybe you need to ground, or maybe you need to bring yourself back into your body. But mainly what the message I feel like Coyote is coming into our life to say, into this reading, is to say, where have you adapted as a form of survival to fit in? So think about somewhere in your life where you have adapted, you have changed aspects of yourself to adapt, but it's not like the true essence or expression of who you are in your soul, which is why I'm getting like this really heaviness, almost like being strangled, like it's like just really tight here. And I feel like there's this other part of you that wants to come out, but you've adapted into either a situation or a relationship or something that's sitting heavily on you. Okay. For some people, it could be that, like COVID, right? Like we are inside a lot and we feel like, oh, we've adapted, we've learned to do this, but maybe there's something going on that you're not seeing, that if you looked at it from a different perspective, that you would see that there's another way to do what you need to do, like another avenue. And you feel like you've adapted and you've changed things, but it's not quite fitting right. That's what I'm feeling like. It's like that there's this shadow side of adaptation that's coming in. Like you have, this energy is so heavy, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, so I'm just going to surround actually this whole reading with the angels, and I'm going to use the cards and see if I can move through this energy, because it's a little thick around me. So this is the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. Okay, here we go. Cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. So is there somewhere you need to cleanse? Maybe you need to do a juice cleanse or a form of cleansing. Drink lots of water. I'm feeling lots of water. I've actually been spending the whole weekend, like I've just been going through stuff. I've rearranged my bedroom. I've cleaned out closets. I'm donating a lot of stuff. I got to throw away some stuff. I'm really doing like just a purge, a cleanse of things I don't need, things that were holding energy that were no longer supportive of me on my path. And so, and I also got to walk down memory lane with certain things. And it was just a really nice weekend. Lots of work, but a really nice weekend doing this. So, where would you benefit from cleansing? Now, one of the things that if you're home a lot because of everything that's going on in the world, if you're home a lot, your home may need an extra cleanse, trying to do something that's different than you normally do. Okay, you can use sound. You can use, like I have a bell right over there that I use. I just used it now. I don't always use it, but I just used it to help support me in this reading. So doing things that help move the energy in your home than you normally do. I'm feeling like there's an energy of adaptation that's not in your best interest. Now, adapting is good. It's a survival mechanism, but where can you let go of that is what I'm hearing. All right, so this is the Dark Mirror cards by Laura Sava. This is the deck that I was talking about that kind of brings in some of that shadow side to help me understand what this energy is, because it's almost hard for me to look through it. because it's very top heavy. Like it's very top heavy. So maybe you need to ground, bring your energy back into your body. A form of grounding can be very cleansing. Maybe take a bath with some sea salts. All right, Dark Mirror cards. Please bring some understanding and awareness to the collective about the shadow side. They're saying stop. I'm going to pull one more card. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So the word here actually, and it was 555 when I brought it up. That's a very strong number of change. Okay. But the word that's here is revenge. Okay. But what I'm seeing, there can be some level of this, but what I feel like mainly is that the collective may feel like there's some revenge, like, or they may have impulses of that, but they're stifling it down. So you may want to go in, cut some cords with those people, see the swords, cut cords with those people, with those aspects of yourself that used to adapt and change, adapt and survival by revenge type energy. But for most people, what I'm feeling like is actually, it's not the word. What I am feeling, actually, she kind of, if you look, she kind of looks like a dark angel. Okay, she looks like, you see the wings, like these are the like wings without feathers, and then she's got the two swords. So I feel like the two swords represent two different paths, and there's a shadow side that's holding you back. And that's kind of what I was talking about, is like that adaptation, that energy of adapting into a situation that is actually not in your highest and best interest, and you're starting to lose yourself in it. Okay, your angelic light is starting to feel very dark and very fallen type energy. And so what the angels are saying is it's time to do some of that deeper shadow work. This card, I'm not even going to say what the words are, because it's just not in this energy at all. But the card itself is very dark. It's not even coming to focus. So overall, what I am hearing about this is that it's time to get to the core of what it is. Like, what is it that inspires you to adapt in that way? It's typically from a childhood pattern that where somehow or another you didn't feel safe, or you didn't feel taken care of. So you kind of brought in, ways to cope and to adapt as a way of survival. And it's in here now. And it's also been passed down through your ancestors. So there's an ancestral healing that's wanting to take place here. And if you're not, and this is for some, if this doesn't resonate, please, don't own this part. But one of the things that I am hearing is that the more that you lose, like the more that you stay in a situation, or the more that you focus your adapting energy into something that is not of your highest and best good, the more that you're going to lose yourself. And it's like you're becoming a zombie in like of yourself. Like it's like you're walking around and there's this shadowy aspect. So this might not be all the time. This is just like, it's kind of like bringing in the light around this aspect of yourself that may be tucked aside, something that you haven't been wanting to be aware of or focus on. Okay. And this is like the zombie energy for me. I don't want to get too close into this card, because her face is like really, really like zombie-like and scary. But I'm feeling a strong sense of like that energy taken over, and it being hard to get yourself out of it if you keep going in this adaptive energy. And I'm actually feeling like on your ancestral timeline, where you've had a few relatives who have adapted in this way, and they continued to walk that path, and they felt like they lost their true essence. And so that's in your family ancestry. It's in your energy. So that's something that you can work on by calling in Archangel Metatron, okay, and asking him to please help clear any energies that's from the past that you no longer want around, like that are no longer in your highest and best interest, that they're not valid now. Not valid. you don't need to survive in that way anymore. It's outmoded. That's what it is. And so here, let's bring in Archangel Raphael for some healing light. No. Okay, yes. Okay. There's another deck here. They want me to pull from that one too right after this one. So I'm actually not going to show the Raphael card right away. Oh, one fell right onto my lap. Okay. All right. This is the Spiritual Journey Oracles by Lightworker Tarot and Oracle. It's an indie deck. Please bring some clarity, some understanding about this reading, please. Yes. Okay. So, improving your health. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about this situation. Okay. And then this one was igniting your passions. And then I'll read it. Find that something or someone that speaks to your heart, lifts your mood, and sparks your creativity. If related to work, do what you love. So this is what the shadow side is saying. Is like I felt like this like expression of who you are wanted to come out, but these outmoded energies of adaptation, you know, of ways that you've adapted in order to survive. Like there's this energy that's coming in that like wants to be cleared. So it's like a layer of the onion. And I'm not saying you're motivated your whole life by this. Like right now, like everything is run by it. But when it's related to your creativity, when it's related to somehow another way of you expressing yourself, there's this other part that just needs to be like acknowledged, released, like cleared and then released, so that you can bring in what it is that you are passionate about, and get out of this shadow side energy. Coyote is also like a trickster, so you may feel like you've attracted relationships in your life of like types of people who are a little trickier energy. They may not be very honest. They may represent themselves as one thing, but really they're another, you know, that kind of thing too. And just letting go of all of that will really bring in some improved health and help. But overall, what I'm feeling like this card is saying is tend to your garden. Tend to your garden, your inner garden. Pull the weeds. That's all it is. It's pulling the weeds so that your beautiful flowers can bloom. Okay, because they're just being a little smothered right now by some of that old energy. Okay, and you have like more than one path in front of you, and you may feel overwhelmed, and then that's when that adaptation energy can come in. Okay, but bringing in that beautiful cleansing energy. Okay, you can also just lay down on your bed or on your couch and just allow Archangel Raphael to come in and just bathe you in his emerald green light. Archangel Michael loves to do clearings with his cobalt blue light. Okay, or you can imagine the love of the divine just embracing you. Okay, it's going to improve your overall health, but also, you know, pulling those weeds, cutting those cords. Remember the sword on here? Cutting the cords to those outmoded things, outmoded beliefs, outmoded ways that you may be unconsciously operating from, so that you can walk around with more ignited passion. They're saying to pick another spiritual journey oracle. I'm sorry, guys. This energy, it's starting to lighten for me, but it was really hard to work through. So I'm sorry if this reading feels a bit unbalanced, which is kind of interesting because this is balanced and then it comes out in reverse. Okay, that one came flying right out. Okay. So relationship paradigms, what speaks to your soul in close relationships. So are you in a close relationship? It doesn't have to be romantic. You know, that's what I was saying, is like there was like this like trickster type energy. You know, what speaks to you the most? Sometimes when we feel like a resonance or a comfort with somebody, it's actually what the comfort that we're feeling is actually like our wounds are comfortable together. Not, wow, this is the right thing for my soul. This is This is what is going to ignite all of my passions and just help me live my truth, help me live authentically. Instead, you start to adapt, right? You start to get into different kinds of energy that pulls you down, and then you start to become a zombie in the relationship of who you are, because you've adapted and molded yourself to be something that you truly are not, or it brought up energy within you that you kind of gotten stuck in, that it's time to clear. Okay. So what speaks to your soul in close relationships? This is the part that it's time to start living from your soul instead of from patterns. That's what I'm hearing. And then presence. Let's see. You play a vital role in a situation or relationship dynamic. Your involvement has a greater purpose than you may realize. And so what part of you is involved? Think of a relationship where everything we've been talking about, where have you adapted in a relationship? It doesn't have to be romantic, but for many it may be. And you felt like you've lost a piece of yourself. Do you feel like you can't have open and honest communication with them? Dive in and find out what it is. What is your what is your presence in this? What is your part? Okay, what is it that you have been not allowing to come out of fear of maybe losing them, or whatever it is that's been going on. And it could, like I said, and this is like from family stuff, so it could be from your mother's line or your father's line, where you've adapted in situations in order to survive, but you started in relationships to survive, but you started to lose who you were, and you weren't able to fully express yourself as an autonomous being. And this is where, cleansing yourself, cutting energetic cords, from your past, but also from the people that this relationship is talking, that this reading is talking about, the relationship, cutting cords, that old part of yourself, pulling out those weeds. Look at the relationships in your life and see, were you in these relationships because of an old pattern? Was there something that's operating here that's pulling you in for you to see, versus, yes, my soul lit up. I'm not just passionate, okay, but there's my soul is lit up. And you could be, and I'm also feeling like the coyote energy coming in a little bit. And there could be a level of trickster energy that you're doing to yourself. So in other words, are you not fully looking at a shadow side? Do you start to look at it and then kind of pull the wool over your own eyes and put on a veil and just be like, no, this is a little too much. What they're saying is it's time to get real and to just pull out those weeds. Pull out the weeds that are not beneficial to your garden, that may be strangling some of the plants that want to come through healthier and give you a more fulfilling garden. Some weeds are great, right? They're edible. There's all these other weeds, but I'm talking about the ones that are more toxic, or even, what are they called? When they grow in and they invade, like an invasive species. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay, so it's time to just kind of connect back, right? So this is a personal power oracle. Let's get a mantra that can help us through working some of this shadow side. Oh, one of the things right at the top, I follow my heart. Okay. But make sure that when you're following your heart, you're following your soul truth heart, not that trauma bond or trauma type energy in your field, where someone is going to reflect to you the unhealed parts and that's the basis of the relationship, because everybody does that, whether it's a very healthy relationship or otherwise. Okay. Oh, hold on, guys. Okay. Oh, yes. There's so many. There's so many on this one. This is a beautiful card, guys. I speak highly of myself. And look at, even this card kind of brings in the energy, the colors of the shadow part. So this is kind of what I'm feeling. There's this shadow side that's just coming up to be cleared, to be let go of, and it's very deep. It's from your youth, and it could be even through your ancestral line. So saying, I am safe, I am lovable. I am loved. Let's see. I am worthy, unique, beautiful, free, smart, lovable, safe. I speak highly of myself. I have an inner beauty. I live my truth. I speak my truth. I hear my truth. I see it. I see it. This is my truth. I am no longer going to live through outmoded patterns or from a place of that is not authentic to who I am, because I am safe. I am smart, and I am worthy of the life that I see for myself in the future. And if you can't see that future right now, say, I see this beautiful future for myself, and keep saying that, and imagine this beautiful life that's coming for you. Okay? Move through some of this shadowy type energy so that you can have the relationship the relationships that you want in your life. And this could be friendships, this could be romance. I feel like for a lot of people it's more romance based, but it could be friendships. It could be the way that you interact with your family, and just pulling out those weeds and then bathing in healthy energy and water. You call in Archangel Raphael and Michael for some support. Okay. All right, so I know this reading was a little all over the place. It was kind of hard for me to navigate with the energy, but I do hope that it resonates and helps you move through some of the heaviness that you may be feeling at this time, because I feel like if this reading wasn't for somebody, they probably clicked off already. Okay, all right, well, I'm sending you all my love, and I'm surrounding you with lots of healing and loving angels, okay? All my love.